Aliens to me are one of the scariest horror creatures in films. There are many types of them, like the gray aliens, the bug types, and the ones like me who are able to do labor cheaply. So for this video, I want to talk about several aliens from media that I like. The first alien I'm going to talk about is from the movie Signs. So spoilers for this 20-year-old movie. A summary of this movie is that a priest is questioning his faith after a tragic event, his wife dying, but an alien invasion slowly starts. So an alien starts breaking into his home and keeps on leaving. So now he has to protect his family from it. By the end of the movie, the alien finally shows and is trying to take one of his kids, but there's water around, so they splash water at it and beat it with a stick. The aliens are like a green humanoid ones, so it's kind of common, kind of like the gray ones, which is a simple design, but not really too bad, but not really too good in my opinion either. The main reason I want to talk about these film is because of the alien in the party scene, the one with the Spanish kids. I thought it was real when I was a kid, but later on I grew out of it. Now, I do think that there is life outside of our planet, but I do not think that they will be ones from the movies. I would hate the xenomorph the most if they were real, but the facehuggers especially, since you know what they do. Maybe after dinner, but moving on, the next movie will be Skyline. Just the first film because the other, or if there's even other ones, that I just think they're going to be trash. All right, so the plot is that people are enjoying a party, but overnight an alien invasion starts. So the main people we follow are in one of the top rooms of the hotel and try to figure out what they should do. So several events happen in the movie, and they plan to escape or to figure out what's going on. But when they go to inside garage, one of the characters decides to rev his engines. So then once he leaves outside, the giant alien stomps on his car. Another scene is that the military attempt to kill the aliens and attack the mothership that's in the city, but the mothership rises up again, so humanity is screwed. The end of the movie is dumb, as the main character that we've been seeing through has basically plot armor and is able to get his brain ripped off and still control the alien that has his brain within it. This movie kind of reminds me of that SCP, the one with the end of the world scenario. I don't know the name of it, but it might be SCP-001. But alright, going back to the topic. I like these type of aliens because there's several different ones. There's one that's like a small jellyfish, kind of floats around. And then there's another one that's like just the size of a tower. Right, the movie overall kind of sucks, but the aliens are the most interesting part of the film. Like, they are similar to anglerfish, attracting fishes with the light that they have. I do like the scenario as like it's the end of the world type of alien invasion. So that's all I have to say for this film. It always sticks to me because I watched it in theaters, but that's about it. So the next film I want to talk about is The Battle of Los Angeles. So the Battle of Los Angeles had many different types of aliens. There were more cyborg and they will be in a platoon. So there were various type of them, like the leader, the gunner, and the scout goes on. So the plot for Battle of Los Angeles is pretty simple. The military is notified that an alien invasion is starting and the battlefield is Los Angeles. And I like these because they move around the neighborhoods using broken cars as cover, going into houses or police stations. And I do like that they rescue civilians that are still in the town, they follow them throughout. I also like when they took a wounded alien and attempt to understand how it works, so they stab areas to see what will actually kill the alien. The ending is that they were able to shoot down the mothership and the aliens retreated. Quick mention is that a similar film came out a year later called Battleship, but I prefer to watch Battle of Los Angeles than that one. This film even made me think of joining the Marines, but I didn't. This also reminds me of Halo, and Halo Reach I think was the best Halo game. After then, the rest suck. I think it is funny that this alien movie was inspired by the real event that happened during the beginning of World War II. Another alien film I want to talk about is War of the World with Tom Cruise. This film was my childhood favorite. This one stuck with me forever, and I like the book also of it. So, just like everything else, this is an alien invasion, and the aliens enter in from a lightning strike that transfers them into the ground, into their tripods, where then they come out and they will start the invasion. The plot is just a survival as Tom Cruise and his kids are just running away from the aliens. They take a car, get out of the city. All right, but one scene that scared me from this film was the basement scene. Both of them, the one with the alien and then also the plane crash one. So as the movie goes on, the tripods are everywhere, and they always escape from it until the aliens get sick and die. That's the end of the movie. So the tripods have many equipment, but I like the horn that they have, and that sound will always stay with me. Other than that, they have their death rays, shields, and cages for the people they capture. The aliens themselves are like their vehicle, and they're kind of like structured similar to it. So they have like 3 legs, and they're like weird little gray goblins. The ending kind of sucks to many as the aliens get sick. That's it. And they start dying. So the military is able to take them out. So the author created this book to be like a message of like how the Britain or other people took over and killed the less fortunate, usually having like the gunpowder versus an arrow. But unlike Columbus and spreading disease to the native, the aliens, for invading, get sick and dies. Of course, this film, again, has a spot in my memories as I grew up with it. So if they're going to call these aliens dumb, I think the ones that are dumber are the ones from Signs, since they went to a planet that's filled with the thing that they're allergic to. So they're dumb for doing that. This one is a random one, but VHS. It's a good horror series with like random creatures and other stuff, but I want to talk about the alien adoption one, of course, since this whole thing is about aliens. But spoilers and sad, the dog is a cameraman and it dies. The cameraman does not live in this one. The aliens are not the best. They just seem like once in a easily cheap costume. But I do like the scene where they use police lights to attract the people to come in closer and then reveal that they're aliens. So that was a good scare. I always like when horror creatures give a false sense of security. Of course, like the police scene, it's like, oh, we should be fine. Nope. So that's all I have to say for VHS. Other than that, it was a decent scene, but they have way better ones. All right, can't talk about aliens. What about the xenomorphs? They are the best horror aliens, but they're just a lot of lore, and I still haven't watched many of the movies of it. I do like the video game with the alien, the predator, and the marine. It's a first person game where the stories are all connected, and that was one of the games I had it for the Xbox 360 back then. It was always cool playing as a marine since he's the weakest one, and it was scary going like through corners, just seeing a bunch of dead bodies, not really having help. And it was cool being the alien since you kind of cause those chaos the majority of time. So these were the films that I grew up watching, and explaining why I hate aliens in a sense. They're one of the worst horror creatures and nightmare to me. Like my GF, she grew up with crime documentaries and information about serial killer, so that terrifies her. But for me, aliens were the ones that I grew up with and are one of the things I'm terrified of. I still think that people are terrifying, but the unknown of a creature is scary to me. Like some of the ones I mentioned could be killed by a guy, but has to be an American thing to say. But if I can't shoot it, then I mean, I'm scared. I don't like things that cannot be killed by a simple gun. All right, so subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and if you have any recommendations, leave it in the comments.